Hello, friends. I'm Sam from Sam's Disney Diary, and that is the blue-haired blogger himself, or it is about to be the blue-haired blogger himself. It is July the 2nd, 2025. It is this week at Walt Disney World. We have a ton of things coming. Greg, I know we can't see you, but I know you can hear us there. So what is happening this week at Walt Disney World?
Man, why is it gonna happen to me of all people? Like, dude, let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Oh, there he is. Look at this guy. He just shows up after the show starts. Let's fix this. Hey, everybody. Sam, this week, my friend, we got Eat to the Beat. We got Epcot food and wine information. There is 135 days left until Bowling for Soup comes to Epcot Eat to the Beat Festival.
That's
We're gonna
pretty
go
cool.
Through all the names, man. There's some really good names coming this year. Some arena bands, some major festival bands. We're going to talk about Emil's Fromage Battage, Remy's Hide and Squeak. We got a little bit of merch preview. We got popcorn buckets, man. We got Test Track. One of us who lives locally got lucky enough to be asked to go and do a preview of Test Track 3.0.
That's awesome.
Oh, we got Muppets update. The Hall of Presidents has reopened. We're going to skim through that real quick. We got a new Magic Kingdom entertainment. Create your own Halloween headbands has come. Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit is coming back. And then we have, my friend, because it's July 4th weekend, we're going to go through some July 4th history at Magic Kingdom, my friend.
We're going to look at the 1988 4th of July Spectacular. And it's crazy, Greg, because when I pulled the description together for this show, it was, we're going to talk about Test Track 3, the new Test Track, and 4th of July. And then all this other news dropped today. So all that and more coming up next. Thanks for joining us. All right, Greg, where are we going to start? Are we going to start right with the brand new, hot off the press it's not Flower and Garden. Flower and Garden's over. It's the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival.
We could start there, Sam. We could start there, Sam. Or you could answer, hey, man, how do rabbits travel?
How do rabbits travel? Do you have your calendar in front of you right now?
By hairplanes. That's right, my friend. By hairplanes. That's right.
Someone's got their dad joke a day calendar in front of them.
I keep it right by my desk, Sam. Look, sent it to me. I'm going to use it. Look, I'm going to make a paper airplane out of it by now.
It's actually,
where are we starting?
I was thinking about that earlier today, if you were still using that. So I'm glad to see that you are.
Of course I'm still using it, Sam. Why wouldn't I be using it? In this household, dad jokes rule the day. Let's see if I can share my screen. And let's go through this. Let's start at E to the B concert series, Epcot's Food and Wine coming back this summer. We are going to start with, let's see. By the way, hi, Meredith. Welcome in.
Greetings, Meredith. Yes.
Lily's here. Holly's here. Everybody else who's joined, thank you so much. Let's go through this. So, Joey Fatone and Friends is returning. Mercy Me, KT Turnstile, Toby Mac, Starship featuring Mickey Thomas, because, we built this city on rock and roll.
Absolutely.
Bacallos, Sheila E. is returning. Ben Rector, Tiffany, because we need to remember the 80s and mall life. Jesse and Joey, Baha Men will be singing their big hit, Who Let the Dogs Out, followed by their big hit, Who Let the Dogs Out, followed by Who Let the Dogs Out, and then their posthumous song, Who Let the Dogs Out. The Wanted 2.0, The Fray, will be bopping with Hanson. That's actually pretty cool. Hooba Stank is coming. Smash Mouth will be here again.
Okay.
Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Boys to Men, my Philly family connection there. David Archuleta, Jordan Sparks, the one and only who sings Happily Ever After. Maybe
that is kind of cool to see. That's a new one there. Yeah, definitely.
And not only that, but he on Broadway, he was just in some massive shows up on Broadway, and he's been a huge star up there for a while.
That's going to be a big
And then, my friend, the two big ones, could care less about the Beach Boys, whatever. Bye.
No. Hold on. Is Stamos going to be playing drums for him? What's going to happen there with the Beach Boys?
Because it's Mike Love. It's not even the Beach Boys. It's like a washed up version of.
Okay. Well, either way, it was interesting because later in the show, when we talk about the 1988 4th of July spectacular, the Beach Boys were on that show. And I was like, wow, for them to be part of this announcement for the Food and Wine Festival in 2025 and also performing on the show in 1988, that's kind of cool.
Okay. Beach Boys. There you go. Now that Brian passed away, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
And then a big one for all of our generation, Sam. The singers from Phineas and Ferb, they do the 104 Days of Summer Vacation song. They've been featured on Phineas and Ferb a lot, but the 2000s pop punk ska band Bowling for Soup, and they are having a resurgence right now, and they are playing some major festivals across the country. These guys are awesome. What a great show. They are just fun on top of fun.
I did not know they did the Phineas and Ferb theme song. I did not know that. That's cool.
And they did the new theme song too, which all it does is add one extra word. But
got it. And Jordan Fisher versus Jordan Sparks. We'll just leave that out there.
Jordan Sparks, by the way, I thought I was sitting behind her one night at Happily Ever After. It turned out to be Jordan Fisher. I had worked with Jordan Sparks a bunch of times and did not realize that Jordan Sparks and Jordan Fisher were not the same person. So I text Holly one night. I was like, hey, I'm sitting next to Jordan Sparks, the guy who sings. And she was like, okay, first off, Jordan Sparks is a girl. Jordan Fisher sings Happily Ever After. So there you go. There's the confusion.
Thank you, Holly. Household. Thank you.
And they were in Avatar, along with Michelle Rodriguez and Rosario Dawson. No, cool. I have no clue. No, they weren't. Just see, Holly's already telling me to shut up. I could actually hear her sighing from upstairs.
Okay.
We have that going on, my friend. That's a pretty big announcement.
It is. What else? So with this Eat to the Beat, it's Food and Wine Festival. So all of the other Food and Wine Festival things are also announced. They're coming.
Yeah, we got lots of merch was announced. One thing we do know, Sam, is Muppets Lab they have not made the official announcement that Muppets Lab is coming back, but they have officially announced T-shirts for Muppets Lab this year. So we know really merchandise is coming. So I would put one and one together and think that it's coming.
That the Brewing Lab with the Muppets might get some merchandise in the Odyssey. That would be great. Yes. I'd have no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah, and let's see what image is showing up, because my image is just froze on my computer. So let's see if we can go to the
we're
next
seeing the
one.
Food and Wine Festival. There we go.
There's Bowling for Soup right there. That's them in Phineas and Ferb. Emil's Fromage Montage has been announced to be coming back for Food and Wine. You go around and you get your stamps of 5 or 6 different cheese platters from around World Showcase. So we know that he's coming back, and I just wanted to show off this picture of Emil. Like, he's
it's
just
cool.
Look at that guy.
Yep.
Just,
I know exactly when you took that. That's awesome.
Yeah, you were there. Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak will be making a return. So you can walk around World Showcase and go find all the hidden Remy's and check out the map. There is 2 that isn't going to be in World Showcase this year. We don't know what the rewards are for this year, but I do want to talk about this real quick, my friend. They have actually raised the prices a little bit this year. It's the first time in 4 years they've raised the prices on these maps and on these scavenger hunts. And you know me, I write about all the scavenger hunts. So they have raised the price by $2. They're now $11.99, not $9.99, which they've been since 2021.
So I guess my question is, does the completer gift change? What is it? Because look, at the end of the day, you're paying for that completer gift, and maybe it's better, maybe it's not. I don't know.
It's a bowl.
It's
like, I mean,
cereal bowl. I try cheesecake in that bowl. Merritt, thanks for
So there's this is from last year. You can see what it's basically about. Yeah, see, $9.99 last year. It is now up to $11.99. You get your maps at Creation Shop at Port of Entry, a few other places. You can trade them in right away and get your gift. You can do up to 5 at a time. Here is some of Emil's Fromage Montage, different cheeses from around the world. And then it was just announced that Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit will also be returning for Epcot's Food and Wine Festival, but really it's for Disney Halloween at Epcot. So there we go. Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit, Emil's Fromage Montage.
That's the
food
breaking news. Everything just off the all the new news, everything that just broke. So now we can get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Is that how we say that?
Yes.
Sure, which was where we're starting today, July the 2nd. We're starting with Test Track 3.0. Previews have happened. Greg, you have been in the building. You have ridden Test Track 3. We're calling it Test Track 3, but of course it's just Test Track. We do that because the crash test dummies evolved into the build your own car experience. And what is that now, Greg? How would you summarize it after being there?
The Canadian band Crash Test Dummies?
That's different. Crash test dummy. So, but you know what I'm talking about.
There was a girl who got into an accident.
You describe Test Track?
Hold on. Let's see if I can do them.
No.
There was a girl who.
Sorry.
How would you describe the third version of Test Track?
Test Trackish. Like, it's okay. It's good. There's some really, really fun parts of Test Track, right? I want to talk about first. Let's start at the queue. The queue is a whole lot better. I have, and I think the queue had to change after the pandemic, all this other stuff, stuffing a bunch of people into a small space and then pushing them in together and making them stand on little dots. 4 people. So there was like 300 people of your closest friends that would stand on top of you. That's all gone. Okay.
Yeah.
It is now queue, actual line from beginning to end.
So is it swishbacks? Is there a lot of things to look at? So I go back to the crash test dummy Test Track, which was queues all through there with a bunch of props and things to look at and things to see. And then that turned into just pile in and
yes.
Did you throw something at the camera? Did I miss something there?
I made an airplane out of the dad joke.
Oh yeah.
I need something to do with my hands, Sam.
That is completely gone. The rooms that you went into to create your own car, and instead now you're just
and you're not really getting a story out of this. I mean, you're talking. It's more about like the future of vehicles, the future of technology of vehicles. It's about eco-friendly, but not eco-friendly preaching in your face kind of thing. It is just, hey, this is where the future of cars and vehicles are going, and Maybe one day even you can be in a flying car.
I like that. I like where it's headed. One of the things after watching your video and seeing some others, to me, Disney is always chasing the future, meaning how do you create something today, put it in what used to be future world that's supposed to look into the future that doesn't feel outdated in 18 months, the way the technology changes. Because look, this needs to be there for 10 years. And I sort of like what they've done in saying, okay, we're not going to design cars now. The old school crash test dummy stuff's gone. But today, the way that self-driving cars aren't just the future, they're happening today. So let's talk about how that works and be able to do something within this ride that shows this is how a car sees the environment around it. That's what I got out of it. You tell me what was happening.
No. I think you're right on there. And I think that the way this does it, whether from when you begin getting in a queue until you walk out of the whole building, I think it follows that pattern all the way through. I think that there's going to be some letdowns for some people. There was a lot of talk about how there was going to be a lot of nods to World of Motion.
Okay.
And this is a personal thing, I found it lacking. I did hear one or two World in Motion callbacks, which I was like, I got that. And I liked it, but it didn't feel like the original. And it was my expectation and my thoughts. And I think I projected onto it. I thought we were going to get like World in Motion Part 2. It's not that. It is Test Track 2.5, 3.0. It is an update on whatever the latest is, and it's good. And there's some great spots on it, and people are going to love this. Before we watch the video, because we do have video of it, I want to talk about a few things. It will not be on virtual queue.
Okay.
So when it opens on July 22nd, there will be no virtual queue. You'll just get in line like every other ride there. When it comes to Lightning Lane, it has been moved to Tier 1.
Okay.
Soarin' has been moved from Tier 1 down to Tier 2.
So what are the Tier 1 Lightning Lanes now then?
I believe Guardians, Frozen. Oh no, Guardians is
single pass.
Right. So you're looking at Remy's, Frozen, and Test Track now.
Remy, Frozen, Test Track. Okay.
Yep. Everything else is Tier 2.
Okay.
So you get to select one Tier 1, 2 Tier 2s, or 3 Tier 2s. You know, if you need to learn about that one day we'll go through it. So other than that, let's watch a little video on this. I think
absolutely.
Let's see.
You have a video. Let's look at it. Now the track is exactly the same. Nothing changed as far as the track goes.
Right.
Is that true?
Right. It's the same track. They will not change the track. So
it takes an awful lot to change a track.
Yeah, I mean the video's not great. Look, and during the end, my camera decided to fall, and you'll see my fingers for a few seconds, but it's still good.
So this is the first hill going up. Very cool.
You've had your seatbelt check and stuff.
Sure.
Smart roads are just the beginning. Imagine being able to customize your vehicle at home.
Can I sit with them?
Go for it. First, select a new vehicle body.
Again, this is a nod to Test Track 2, where you built your own vehicle.
Absolutely. And you're not choosing anything. This is happening for you, right?
Yes. Yeah. But it projects right onto you. Like, that is really well done.
It's very reminiscent of Cars.
It's Imagineering right there.
And here's one I think you'll really love.
Reminiscent of Cars, right?
Yes.
It looks cool.
Now, how about we kick back and enjoy the ride?
Right, and I wish it was a little brighter in here, and I could have gotten better video.
Fun to be free, by the way. There was one of the shout-outs right there.
Yeah, that is a World of Motion shout-out right there.
Yep. Sorry, I wanted to...
You're driving through the Northwest forest, not forest, but the woods in the Pacific Northwest.
And is there a truck going to hit us, Greg?
Yes, Sam. We are going to hit a truck face on. But lucky us, we know how to swerve because of the vehicle we're in. I mean, it ties a little bit into Space Earth of how you're traveling to work in the future.
Yeah. Now, I will say what looked the most impressive to me was this last room here. It looked really cool.
This blew our mind.
That's crazy.
Now, that mural, again, is at the exit, and that mural is the future of... How do you... There's my finger. Camera fell.
It happens.
Yeah, that is Test Track, and it feels great. It's not too bumpy. It doesn't move you around too much. With the new queue, with the new exit, with everything, it is a much better ride. It is much easier to get on and off. The queue really makes you want to...
Much easier to get off and on? Is that what you said? Easier to get on?
Easier to get on and off.
What did they change?
Oh, I don't mean I mean queue-wise, exit-wise.
Queue-wise. All right, I thought you meant like sitting in the car or getting out of the car.
Oh, no. It's the vehicle.
Yeah, that's all the
drive might be complete, but just ahead is the vehicle showcase, where you can explore the latest innovations from General Motors. Not to shift gears, but please remember to watch your step and take all of your personal belongings with you as you hit the road. You see what I did there?
I think you should just leave the jokes to me.
Maybe you're right.
So we missed the very beginning where they kind of introduced themselves as somebody driving in the car. They're talking to the car, right? But I did like there was a big push for all LiDAR and how this works. And it's not LiDAR to increase the ride or make it fancier. This is legit how cars see the road for self-driving vehicles, and this is what they see. These are the images that if you've ever been in a Tesla and you see the other cars, this is how they figured that out. I just think it's kind of cool.
I think it's really cool. Yeah, you can watch the full I think I have the video of just the ride, then I have the queue, the ride, and the exit that you can go watch on YouTube right now if you would like to.
Absolutely. Fantasyland News, go watch those.
The exit is the General Motors showcase. It is showing you the cars that you can order and are available now and how they go into the future. There's 5 vehicles out there right now. With the mural that's out that you see when you go into that big reveal room, they now have a mural of that. Along one of the walls as you're exiting. And I hope to have a picture of that because that is a really nice mural. It's a really good call to Test Track. And yeah, so there you go.
Okay. Test Track's awesome.
Ending the exit, finishing up with that. The shop that used to be called Simporium is now called the Gear Shop.
Okay.
So
and it's not open in there just yet, but it will be soon.
Yeah, you can see that everything's set up and ready to go. They didn't want to sell anything to cast members. By the way, new trash cans and the lightning rod is still there. If you want to change in your fuel rod, that fuel rod station is still there.
Very cool.
There you go. There's all the information about Test Track 3.0.
So to remind people, when does this officially open?
July 22nd. So we got 20 days.
And some previews have already started. There are annual pass previews and DVC previews. Is that true? Do you know?
Yeah, July 9th starts annual pass holder previews. And that goes the 9th to the 13th, and then the 18th, 19th, 20th. And then DVC has previews, and I believe Club 33 has previews in that time frame also. Previews for annual pass holders is going to be under virtual queue. You need to be in the park the 9 a.m. You need to have reservations for the park, and you'll virtual queue like you used to at the 7 a.m. And then it'll drop again at 1 p.m. and you need to be inside the park for the 1 p.m. virtual queue.
Okay, and that is for previews, annual pass holder. There is a virtual queue. Okay,
yes,
good to know. I did not know that, so very good to know. And if anybody's heading there, that's awesome.
There you go. Ride Test Track.
Yes, absolutely. Let's head over to Hollywood Studios because last week you showed us some images over the fence, the image on the left, over the construction walls.
No. Let's do this correctly.
Okay.
You can see over the wall. I didn't stick my camera over the wall.
Yeah, and I was just going to say that it appears that you are basically at the Baseline Tap House.
Yes. Yep.
That's from the Baseline Tap. from the baseline tap house, you can see over into Muppet Courtyard. And last week, Miss Piggy was there and the fountain was running and working. And this week, Miss Piggy is not there. She's gone. Things are moving on. It's time to just move on. Take it down.
Salute you, Miss Piggy.
That's all we can do.
It is massive. They showed an overlay of how big Monsters Inc. roller coaster is going to be. That is going to be massive, my friend.
So it's a lot of that parking lot, is what you're saying. It's more of the
parking lot. It's a lot of the parking lot. And what we don't realize is there's more space behind Rise of the Resistance that they're going to kind of dip into.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that.
Yep, no problem. It's all going to look great. It's all going to be separated. So
no problem with that at all. Let's over to Magic Kingdom. It is a holiday weekend. 2 new things have opened. One of those being the Hall of Presidents is open. It is shows opened. I don't know if there was a big announcement or if it just opened, Greg, but you got over there and it just opened. I'm assuming the show is the same as it was, except now we have a different president taking the oath of office.
Correct. And all it is whoever the president is at the time says 35 words and they just recite the word of office and oath of office, and that's it. And that's your changes. And it's a better animatronic than they had last time. It is the Hall of Presidents.
I was going to ask.
Sometimes you can watch shows and not put politics behind it and just go, this is an animatronic show at Walt Disney World.
It's a great show too, because the history of the show. This is an awesome show to see on the 4th of July period. Yes. If you're in Magic Kingdom, you need to see this.
Right.
Bottom line.
And growing up in Philadelphia and the history of our country coming
even
from
more. Yeah.
We can recite the Declaration of Independence. We know Liberty Bell. We know Independence Hall. Trust us. We have the Constitution Center there. We know our independence history. So it's just cool there. Go eat at Liberty Tree Tavern or Diamond Horseshoe. Sure. Go ride the Liberty Bell for one final weekend.
This is the last weekend.
Go over to Epcot, watch the American Adventure, hang out with Mickey and Pluto and Goofy and Chip and Dale in their Independence 1776 costumes. Go watch Spaceship Earth lit up red, white, and blue. Let's have some fun at Disney World this weekend.
Absolutely.
I have a busy. Yeah.
Go ahead. I was going to say, in addition, I don't have the images of it, but the Astro Orbiter also reopened.
It certainly did. Okay, so Disney did not announce any of these, right? They just opened them like 9 a.m. I got a call at 9:20. I was in the middle of installing a washer and dryer in my house, the brand new washer and dryer Holly and I just bought. I'm installing them, and I got a phone call. It was like, you need to run to the Magic Kingdom right now. And I was like, oh no. And I knew exactly what it was. And it was Hall of Presidents. Astro Orbiter was opened up. And I believe we're going to talk about next. There's more stuff going on over at Magic Kingdom.
There is more stuff. And I had thought you were just taking a picture of a popcorn cart because, buckets and things happening and getting all that good stuff. This just happens to be the one in front of Big Thunder Mountain, which is, by the way, cars are running on it. Is that right, Greg? Are they running?
Cars are not running on it. Cars are being the push me, pull me tests are going through right now.
Okay, so the cars are on the track, but it's not running per se.
Correct.
And that's okay. That's where we expected them to be halfway through the year. This is going to be closed until
great.
2026.
And what's great about is if you go out there and you'll see what we're about to talk about is you can see some of the stuff outside has been repainted. It looks really nice from outside. It's still behind a little bit of cloth, but like the mine carts have all been repainted. Everything looks fresh. Everything looks new. It's good.
That's what we'd expect. That's what we'd expect. And they have some new entertainment that showed up. Tell me about the new entertainment right at the entrance of Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah, so it's in between Tiana's Bayou Adventure and Big Thunder, and this band will just start marching up the street coming at you from Frontierland. And next thing you know, there is a jazz band, and we are in New Orleans, and this is Nola, Nola, and her Eighth Note. That is the name of the band, and it's Seasons Jukebox. It's those guys from all over Walt Disney World. They are now playing at the Magic Kingdom, and this band, they're the best brass band at Disney. I tell you, they are so fun to watch, and they're good musicians, and she is an exceptional singer. So she was able to go from, she does the new Tiana song, Spice,
Okay.
She does that. She does Down on the Bayou. She'll do New Orleans, and so it just turns into a jazz fest. It turns into New Orleans. Like you're marching behind a band, and they will stop there, play for about 10, 12 minutes, and then they're moving on.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really
I think it's
fun.
cool. Look, it's one of those Disney don't look at the construction walls. Here's something cool to entertain you,
Yes.
especially if you walk down this way because there's nothing else here. And after this weekend, there's even less back there. There's nothing.
I mean, what are you going to do? Get on Tom Sawyer's? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. You're not. There's nothing back there. Once you get.
And
past
by the way,
I
did use that popcorn stand as a lead image to talk about popcorn buckets all around the parks in July. And there's really nothing going on in the popcorn bucket world at Walt Disney World right now.
That's no fun.
We got the Stormtrooper bucket. We got Timon and Pumbaa over in Animal Kingdom. We got Spaceship Earth, and we have the regular popcorn bucket. And that's it, my friend. But what I do want to talk about is Jurassic World Rebirth opens up today.
Okay.
They're my friend, and I'm not kidding. It is 100-ounce popcorn bucket holder of a life-sized T-Rex footprint.
100 ounces?
100 ounces of popcorn in a T-Rex life-sized.
How many pounds is that?
It's a lot. But do you know how big a T-Rex's footprint is? It's like 3 feet wide.
Yeah.
This popcorn bucket is literally the flat and 3 feet big. It is massive. I saw that and I was like, I literally have to go to Disney Springs and find this popcorn bucket. I need to have it behind me to show
I
you
want to talk
and it's just going to take up the whole wall.
I'm glad you brought up Jurassic Park World, whatever is coming out.
Yeah.
We talked a couple of weeks ago about Ilio, and I mentioned that I really didn't see any advertisements for Ilio up here in Western PA.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, Greg, I cannot go through a commercial clip watching TV and not see either Jurassic World or Fantastic Four. They are on constantly, both of them. It's gonna be a big weekend, I think. It's just being right. I'm not in Florida. I'm not in the middle of it, but
this
I'm
weekend
watching the
is
local
Jurassic World, and then you have Superman the following weekend, and then
Superman
you have Fantastic Four. So it's like 3 weekends of massive movies. Well, I haven't seen a lot of Fantastic Four down here yet, right? We're at Disney, right? You've got to get rid of Ilio, and that'll go away this weekend. Jurassic World, because it's Universal, is massive. Look, it's going to do like 300 million on the box office on an opening weekend.
Right.
Superman is going to be massive, but none of them are going to touch what Fantastic Four is going to touch. That is going to be unbelievable box.
I'm interested in Superman because
me too.
This is James Gunn rebooting the DC franchise and bringing to it a Marvel sort of, hey, we see what Marvel did. I was part of it. I can do it with DC characters. It's going to be interesting.
Let's talk about that for a second, right? James Gunn directed Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3, and he's done some other Marvel stuff. He has also brought a lot of those actors and actresses from that franchise over to DC with him.
So he is now in charge of their cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Right?
And this isn't a DC versus Marvel conversation, because I fully believe one day we're going to get that DC Marvel crossover and see them all on screen, and I'm going to be happy to see them all.
It happened in the comic books. Yep.
Right. So this is about, we get another selection of movies by a great director who is going to bring back iconic characters. Is it Christopher Donner? Is it Donner? It's Donner who did the original Superman. When those first 2 came out, they were really impressive for our age. And so we haven't seen a good Superman or DC in a while. Batman being probably the last. And I'm excited. Like, I'm excited for that. I'm like, I have been out of Marvel for a little while, but Fantastic Four I am sucked into Fantastic Four from the get-go, from their popcorn buckets to the movie.
Did the Marvels pull you back in, or I'm sorry, the Thunderbolts? Did that pull you back into the Marvel universe, or no?
No, I thought it was fine. You know, like, here's the problem with Disney movies, and I love Disney again, and I'm not saying, but everything has just been fine. There's been nothing exceptional. Nothing sucked. Nothing was bad. It's just all been fine. This is fine. Thunderbolts, fine. Lion King, fine. Moana, fine. Inside Out 2 was the exception. But what was the Elio? Fine. All these movies, they're just fine. I want more than fine. I want Avatar 3. I want new Star Wars. I want Marvel Fantastic Four, something that makes me go, I love going to AMC theaters and watching this.
That's cool. Well, I tell you what I can get you, Greg, because I'm going to pull us back on track here. I can get you some Haunted Mansion, choose your own or build your own headbands, the Hitchhiking Ghosts.
Yeah, where did this come from, my friend? This was crazy that this dropped.
It must be early on getting ready for Halloween, huh?
So tomorrow, my friend, and I will give everybody a heads up. Pay attention, because Halloween merchandise will be hitting Disney Store, and that probably needs a Disney Parks blog about Halloween merch hitting. I think this was early, because create your own headbands are now sold online on the Disney Store. Except for these guys. And I think they're going to hit the store tomorrow. But Phineas, Ezra, and Gus, the Hitchhiking Ghost from Haunted Mansion, have hit create your own headbands. And it is $9.99 for the headband, and then $11.99 per plush head.
Which is the same price as the other plush heads, right? The Mickey, the Minnie.
They're all exactly the same. Yeah, so I think it brings it up to 26 characters total now. But this is cool. Like, no one, I can tell you, Sam, no one expected this.
This is cool. Okay, sure. And speaking of that Halloween type merch, you've already started to notice some T-shirts around Walt Disney World that are Halloween related.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we're not getting halfway to the holidays, at least we can get some merchandise up in this. Yeah,
that's right. How about Shigo, the villain from Kim Possible? I thought, wow, that's crazy to see on the T-shirt.
That just shows that the kids who watch that are now growing up and have expendable money, and they want to have their characters on shirts. And we're going to see a whole lot more of that over the next coming years. But that's awesome.
Right. You're exactly right.
By the way, Holly, she may own that headband.
Oh, the one that you just talked about. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Very cool.
Actually,
well,
she does own it.
That's good.
Yeah, that and a few new.
All right. Anything else this week at Walt Disney World? It's a 4th of July. We want to talk about a little bit of history, if that's cool.
It's 4th of July, man. Like, it's weird. It's each of the beat. We may get holidays come out, but other than that, it's time to relax. And what are you? By the way, before we go on, what are you doing for 4th of July, my friend?
I'm not exactly sure yet, and you think that I would know that at this point in time, but I'm not 100% sure. Other than hanging out and enjoying the family and
that's all you can do.
Doing nothing.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do. Nothing.
I'm driving down to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, nice.
Wait. Let me rephrase that. We have Magic Kingdom tomorrow night to go see fireworks for 4th of July. And then Epcot, we will be at the morning to go meet all the characters in their regalia over at Epcot. And then we're going to go back home, take a break, then go back to Epcot for nighttime for the 4th of July spectacular at Epcot. And then we drive down to Fort Lauderdale for my daughter to see a show on the 5th. And then we drive home. And by that point, I'll have no clue where I am.
And we'll be getting ready for the next show.
Right?
That's
and
how
I'll
all
be
that
like,
goes.
I got nothing, Sam. I wasn't at the parks.
Well, let's get back to 1988. So Walt Disney World during Michael Eisner's Disney decade, they had the Christmas parades and the Easter parades and a 4th of July celebration. 1988 was the first one that they had. This only lasted 5 years televised.
Wait, pause for a second.
Yeah.
Have you ever been at the Magic Kingdom or Epcot for when either the Blue Angels or the Air Force have gone over the castle?
I have not, and Greg's saying that because that's the first clip here. I have not been in the parks when that happens.
I have, and it is impressive. Let me tell you how how loud it gets. It is just one of those where there's nothing, and then they're there, and then there's nothing, and it takes seconds. And so they normally do 2 passovers. But man, it's just watching them come over the castle and stuff, especially for a July 4th thing, is probably really good. But we did it for Veterans Month awareness, and it was really cool. So yeah, as we start, let's just know that if you ever get a chance to see any of the shows going over, any of the jets flying over the castle from the U.S. Navy or the Air Force, go do it. It is absolutely worth doing.
Okay, so what I have here is we're going to show the intro in its entirety, where they're going to talk about who's on, and then I've sped up some clips and I've cut down some sound, things that we could talk about, things I thought were interesting. The parade itself is actually super interesting, Greg, because there's 16 floats in the parade, and we'll get to that in just a minute.
More than 100,000 people from every state in the Union have
100,000 people.
Most popular theme park to celebrate America's 212th birthday. Welcome to Walt Disney World's 4th of July Spectacular. Joining Mickey Mouse and the Disney family in this star-spangled salute, America's
I need to get my popcorn out.
And the Beach Boys and their special guests, the Fat Boys.
The Fat Boys are back
with the Beach Boys.
Summers for the Disney World All-America Parade and the magical Main Street Electrical Parade. Grammy, Emmy, Tony, and Oscar Award winner Rita Moreno joins
Rita Moreno and Tommy Tune.
Tommy Tune in a rousing tribute to America from Cinderella Castle. We're all invited to Mickey's brand new home for a surprise 60th birthday party.
Mickey turned 60.
America reflects on our American heritage, its triumphs and tribulations. And Willard Scott takes us for the ride of a lifetime.
Willard Scott. It wouldn't be a show without Willard Scott.
And the thrill of a lifetime is Maelstrom.
Spectacular sets in the new Disney MGM studio. And the lady who brought down the house at Liberty Weekend and the Olympics, Sandy Patty, salutes America.
Sandy Patty.
Fabulous Fantasy in the Sky fireworks extravaganza. Plus,
and they still do Fantasy in the Sky.
They do.
Bert Convey, Clifton Davis, Theodra Hall, Mark Price, and Burt Reynolds.
Oh, please say Burt Reynolds has gum in his mouth when he's talking. If only Dom DeLuise was next to him.
Yeah. That would be good.
The Magic Kingdom to join Mickey and his friends as they
Cannonball Run through the Magic Kingdom.
This starts with quite the performance. Okay, there's where I cut the sound down. This, and I sped it up as well, so they're dancing now at twice the speed. But look at the performers walking off of the train and down through the flower garden in front of Magic Kingdom. I've never seen that before.
So I meant to tell you the other day, when you take the Walt Disney World Railroad from Main Street, or you're either coming into Main Street or leaving Main Street, you see on top of the buildings there.
Yes.
There is catwalks and walkways for like a lot of people to stand up there if there's needed. So it's like they may have built it thinking of this in the future, or I don't know.
Well, do you see there are trumpet players up on top of the train station here? But this is you can see them standing up there, but they're all over the grassy area there. And here comes Mickey awesome. on the train.
Yeah.
Follow the Band is the song that they're playing. But I just thought, wow, that's.
Yeah, look at that. They brought in stairs and everything, and they got the people playing up on the buildings. And they got the buildings half covered and stuff. That's pretty cool.
It's definitely a production, right?
That is a production. They filmed this when the park was closed.
Clearly. And this is probably 3:00 in the morning or something along those lines.
Yeah, it's brutal. Like, that is a brutal filming schedule right now. And you can tell it's a little overcast and oh no, there's people there. Look at that.
Humid as can be too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, this is middle of summer humid. Like, you can see the mosquitoes in the air. Oh, I'm sorry, not at Disney. There's no mosquitoes at Disney, people.
Yeah.
They keep the birds around to get rid of the mosquitoes.
There's your first. That's the first piece here.
Look at that. That's awesome. And yeah, they had it make it look like a stage. Look at it. It's all draped off on the sides.
It is.
Good evening, everybody. Boy, this year is
Mark Summers.
Yeah, for the Double Dare, right? So isn't Double Dare on a competitive station?
No, Double Dare was on Nickelodeon. Oh,
Nickelodeon,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
it's competitive, and they're talking about Double Dare. I'm like, wait a minute.
Speaking of Double Dare, my uncle was the sound guy for that show.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, up at WHYY Studios in Philadelphia is where it was filmed.
I did not know that.
Yeah, got a year's supply of gum one time from it. It was like 12 boxes of bubble gum.
Oh, that's funny. 1 box a month.
Yeah, but they gave them all 12 to you at once.
Oh, okay. Here's your year supply.
Yeah, it's like here's your year supply. Like maybe I can go through more gum than this. Of course, after the first box, you're like, I don't want gum anymore.
So for this special, they only did a parade for the first 3 years, 88, 89, and 90. Then they switched to more of a performance type thing, but not the parade, because a lot of these parade floats were recycled. You just saw them at Christmas and then at Easter, and now you're seeing the same parade again, except they had red, white, and blue decorations on them this time.
Right. Well, you got to keep the parade team in business.
Now the
this is cool. Like there's your 76 trombones, your marching bands, and I love all the trees that are back there.
Yeah.
No, these are like the floats.
That is
look
the Constitution, by the way.
That certainly is. Oh my God! Look at Mickey with a wig on.
Right. Those costumes I thought were very interesting, and you're going to see a little more of them.
Where's that Mickey at? Where can I meet him?
That's
I love that shot right there.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
I love that they gave him each microphones
with a wire too.
With a wire.
With the wire. Where's the wire going?
Yeah. Because it was pre-recorded because you had to sing this same song all the way down Main Street from Frontierland.
Absolutely. In fact, this was recorded the first week of July and then broadcast on the 4th. That's the way from the research that I've been able to do. So they do have the floats that start to talk to the different areas in the United States, like the Southeast and things like that. They come back to in a minute. There's your Premier Cruise Lines, the Princess.
Yeah.
What an interesting idea to have a cruise and go to Walt Disney World in the same week.
I know.
You can hear they're talking twice as fast, but that's okay. I want to get back to some more of this parade.
I mean, look, it's no Regis Philbin and Kathy Lee doing this.
It's not.
I mean, they didn't bring their A team out to cover.
No, we got the gummy bears though, dude.
Dude, it's the gummy. It's
gummy bears giving out American flags.
And they're bouncing here. I didn't know the gummy bears were from America. I thought they were from
gummy bears are giving away.
Where's that float at? Is that they turn into the chicken coop?
No, because the chicken coop is also in here, but that's the lighthouse. Oh. So this is sort of your New England type area. Because there are, like I said, 16 different floats, and they represent all different corners of the U.S. This is New England.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, look. We're fishermen from Boston. We go crabbing. We have
the Islanders. I thought it was New York
stereotyping.
Gordon's fisherman. There's a lot of that here. Yeah.
He's the Gordon fisherman, and even wasn't he from the Pacific Northwest?
No, I thought he was from New York. Wasn't he the Islanders logo for a while?
I do believe. I don't think that was Gordon's fisherman. Now I need to know where Gordon's fisherman came from. Maybe it was New York, funny. And oh my God, those were the worst Islander outfits ever. I love the colors, but the outfit, it was horrible.
All right, the Midwest now. There's your chicken coop.
Oh, you were right, Sam. He's not from New York. The Gordon fisherman was from Gloucester, Massachusetts.
He's from Mass. All right, there you go.
I'm from Mass.
These scarecrows are in the Easter.
Are they on crosses?
No, they're scarecrows. They're scarecrows.
Oh. Okay.
Look at the size of that silo.
My gosh, look at your silo. That's an impressive silo. Do you have scarecrows?
This is still good though. This was the first one they did, and they actually recorded the parade, and it's cool. Then they did it again in '89 and again in '90, and it was the same parade.
Scarecrows. Who would do that?
Spirit of America. It is going twice the speed, but that's cool. So is that the Country Bears? Is that Big Al?
That's the Country Bears. Yeah,
that was Big Al.
Get rid of the scarecrows, man.
Yeah, come on. That was Big Al.
That was they were tub thumping.
There's Mickey.
Look, Mickey's up there, up top. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's Mickey's 60th birthday. I cut a small piece that was
have I seen his
60th birthday?
That's great. Have I seen his skirt? Honestly, I don't think I have, except for like at Halloween time. I don't think I've ever seen a
is this the Liberty? Is this the Liberty Bell, by the way? And this is what are they going to take the Liberty Bell and turn it into a parade float now? Is that what happens?
The whole Liberty Bell, like
it's a parade float. Because what happened to this float? Where is this float today?
Yeah.
Or is that the Phantasmic barge?
But if you look at it,
it's a whole bunch of little floats.
Like 4, yeah. Oh my God, I love how they're dancing. Look at how skinny that boat is.
It's Donald.
Was that John Elway up there?
It's Donald Duck.
It's John Elway.
There's Daisy.
Donald Duck. Daisy looks a little weird.
All right, here's your big Thunder Mountain float.
Yeah.
Mr. 49er is in the Christmas parade.
Thanks, Meredith. I have figured out that's what scarecrows do.
And Goofy's with him.
I love Goofy looking
Goofy's
like
on
that.
a horse.
Mr. 49er. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love Mark Summers commentating.
Yeah, at twice speed.
Yeah. He's on a real horse, man.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. Hold on. He is on a real horse. Goofy is on a real horse, for sure. There we go. Apologies. Oh, John Wayne.
Yeah. It's John Wayne Goofy.
That's Chip and Dale on top of this float.
That's certainly. Are they?
I'm not sure what I'm looking at.
Oh.
They're Native Americans, clearly.
Oh, is that what we're saying?
That's what we need to say.
Okay. That's what we need to say.
Let's see what Mark Summers says.
Yeah. Oh, there's a barroom brawl on Main Street. The Eagles must be in town. Hey, look. I know that gopher. He's on Living with the Land.
He is.
That's Joe. Buddy owes me $5.
Oh, I think someone else wants to be in the parade.
Everybody wants. I want to be in the parade.
I don't know what to say. I'm
the
just
cameraman could have got
this.
This is great.
I don't know how to describe this. I don't. If you're listening, you got to go to YouTube and see this video. Who do we got now? It's Smokey the Bear. It's Wendell.
No, it's Wendell.
Yes, it's Wendell.
Look at how happy Wendell is. He's
Well,
like, look at me,
Wendell's
I'm on a
twice
float
speed.
by myself.
twice
Wendell,
speed.
Wendell. Oh, I hate these bears coming up. Wow, how do you dance that?
It's a lumberjamp dance.
No, that was the Oklahoma dance. That's the. I'm not kidding. That routine is from Oklahoma.
Okay, sure.
LAHOMA, Oklahoma. Okay.
Hey,
I hate that bear. Nightmare.
look at that.
Bear.
Splash Mountain.
Yeah. Too bad Vern isn't with him. Hey, Vern. Or not
Exactly.
Vern. What's his name?
Yeah, Ernest.
Ernest. Ernest goes to.
Okay, here we go. Let's slow down now.
I thought that was Jackie Gleason for a second.
Willard.
You know, earlier the pavilion
It is.
Oh, this I had. This is like 2.5 times speed, and it still feels slow.
Really?
Right here.
Ladies
This.
and gentlemen, wishing the best of luck to Disney World and those who will be responsible for the operation of the pavilion.
In real time, it is slow.
Oh, I can tell because listen to his pauses.
Exactly. So even this entire thing, I think it sounds great in 3-speed.
Are they in
Even
Norway?
the songs. They're in Norway. This is the opening of Norway. The official dedication. That's 3 times fast, dude.
So right, Maelstrom.
Yes.
Wow.
So this entire thing should have been choreographed at this speed, not the slower one that it is. This is Norway, 1988. Norway was new. The Grand Floridian was new.
Yeah. Norway, the country in Epcot, not actual Norway. For any Norwegian.
The brand new Epcot Pavilion, the first expansion of World Showcase. That was cool to watch in that speed.
Chippendale Indians just walking by.
All right,
hey,
so
we came to conquer your country too.
I included a clip here because this is 1988. Studios had not opened yet, and studios had not been on TV yet.
Right.
So watch how they staged this.
Wow, look at that. Streets of America. Streets of New York.
Yep. This is also 2.5 times speed. But I wanted you to see look at the stage there. How the curtains and.
Yup. I think that was their big thing that year because, oh, look at Mickey playing the piano.
Yeah, go Mickey. It's kind of crazy the way that
I think the director of the show really liked curtains.
They're either that or can you imagine the construction that's behind those curtains?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's crazy. I cut that a little bit short, but I needed to. Oh, this is California now. Winnie the Pooh. A lot of BMX bikes.
Yeah,
Pluto.
and their rad, fresh, hot pink outfits because that's what bikers wear.
Especially in the 80s.
Yeah. Eeyore in his beach outfit?
Tigger.
Look at Tigger. Tigger wearing jams?
They're in California, man. They're representing.
Yeah. Oh, look at this skateboard. Because we know culture, man. Oh, for sure.
That float is still used today.
Yup.
Then this ends with all of the countries from Epcot have a flag, and they sort of wrap it up with that. That was Dumbo.
Dumbo. I like Dumbo in his red, white, and blue.
Yeah. So there is your countries of Epcot, including Norway.
Yeah, you got to bring out Norway, and then everybody following behind them. Man, watching people follow behind people, I'm so glad that they reversed Starlight, and it's starting at the entrance.
Me too. Yeah, we should talk about that.
Epcot's Norway Pavilion. Gita is actually from Norway. Hey, do they have a 4th of July celebration in Norway?
Yes, we have, but we have ours in May. Got everything, parades and everything, but not.
Yes, we still call it the 4th of July there, Willard.
You know, Gita is one of the many reasons.
Did he really ask that? Do you have a 4th of July?
He did.
Willard.
All right, here we go. So this is a look at of the Norway Pavilion, which is brand new.
Look at that. Wow. It looks exactly the same.
The merchandise is a little different, but yeah.
Dude, that troll is still there. You can
look at those trolls, though. You can buy trolls like that.
Yeah. All those, yeah, look, Royal Akershus.
Yeah, that still looks the same.
Yup.
Akershus.
Oh, one more thing, Gita. I'm here for the world premiere of the famous Maelstrom thrill ride. Do you think
Maelstrom?
Ja, så sagt Matilda.
I beg your pardon?
That means either you have to be very brave or very foolish.
Well, I'm halfway there.
With the millions of flashes and twinkles of
Okay, so this was an interesting segue, right? We said the Beach Boys and coming to Food and Wine Festival. Now here's the Main Street Electrical Parade, and we got Starlight coming in just a couple of weeks. So it's interesting. 2025 to 1988.
Oh, I love the Blue Fairy. I'm so happy she's in Starlight.
Yes.
I'm so glad we're not getting the Main Street Electrical Parade back. Thank you.
Me too. I don't think I kept much of this.
Yeah.
And we're coming up here on the 6 royal pages carrying the train of her dress.
Right.
And now to a train of an entire life.
I'm going to skip forward a little bit because it's a little later than I thought it was going to be. And we've seen this parade before.
We have seen this parade once or twice.
We have. All right. Here's where I want to get to. Yeah, don't do that.
You're spending the 4th with us. And we'll be back here on Main Street in just a minute.
Thanks, Mark Summers.
Yeah, the Beach Boys are coming up. The Beach Boys, yeah, all that stuff. We're not going to do that, though. But... All right,
Back
now
to
here,
Maelstrom?
before I play this, I want to, this is Maelstrom. This is supposed to be Willard Scott, who was supposed to ride Maelstrom for this special, but it wasn't working the day that Willard was there recording. So when you watch this clip, notice the cuts between Willard Scott talking to the family that's in the boat, because they never actually show Willard in the boat or part of this thing. But it's just interesting to know that little bit of background. Like, here's the people coming in, and then they cut to Willard.
Looks like you made it. Maybe you got a little wet out there, huh? Hey, tell me what you think.
Yeah, tell me what she's standing the wrong way, facing the other direction.
Yeah, that's not right.
That's not right. So
that's not right.
He wasn't there when the ride was working, and they added this all together later.
Yeah, and where are they? Like,
they're at the exit. Remember, the exit was in the village.
Yes.
Yes, he was standing in the exit because nothing was working on the attraction. But here's a look at this great, mysterious. This is a cool little clip of.
That is. It's actually a really good clip of this. I haven't seen this in years. There's a 3-headed troll. Oh, going backwards down. I can hear Elsa singing.
Yeah, right there. Where's the polar bear?
Yeah. There's a giant.
There he is. There it is.
There it is. Yeah, there's my boy. Did you know he now is in Cast Connection?
You had mentioned that. I'd love to see that someday.
Wow.
So when Willard interviews them after the ride, it wasn't that day. That was all edited together later.
Right.
It's interesting.
Oh, look at the old wheel rig.
Yeah, he's at the exit. I didn't do it because I'm chicken. No, he didn't do it because it was broken.
Yeah, you just sat people down to be like, let's take a picture.
Well, tonight I have a special pleasure to wish a very special lady a very happy 212th birthday. Happy birthday, America.
Oh.
Thanks.
Walt Disney World's 4th of July Spectacular.
And there's their cruise line again. Look at how small that boat is.
I know. But you know what? And I'll tell you what happened. The guy that's on next, Michael Eisner, went, we need to do that.
Yep.
So let's listen to Michael very quickly.
Good evening. The 4th of July is a very special day for all of us in the Disney family.
Pushing Roger Rabbit, by the way, everywhere this guy went, he was pushing Roger Rabbit.
Dude, if I had a choice, Roger Rabbit would be with me at every chance at the parks.
That's exactly what Michael did.
I don't blame him.
Proud to be Americans. Thank you for joining us at Walt Disney World this evening. And now let's finish off this 4th of July celebration with a bang. Mickey?
I like this Mickey costume quite a bit.
That is a cool Mickey costume.
That is. This is the Uncle Sam type big top hat. Yeah, love it. That looks like Fantasmic.
Yeah.
It did. All right, I think I went to 3-speed, but we don't need to watch all of
Fantasy
this.
in the Sky, we're going to be watching that. There you go.
You are. You're not going to have Sandy Patty singing at the same time, though.
Yeah, that's a little disappointing. I could go for some Sandy Patty in my life.
There you go.
There it is. Feels like we're listening to her on a 78 RPM record.
Yeah, we kind of are. So there you have it. The 1988 Walt Disney World 4th of July Spectacular. You can watch the whole thing at Sam's Disney Diary.
Did we not see the Beach Boys? Did the Beach Boys get cut?
I cut the Beach Boys because the Beach Boys get flagged. You can see it at Sam's Disney Diary YouTube channel, the 1988 parade. It's there, but it was Kokomo that they sang, and it gets flagged after like 2 notes, Greg.
Yeah, of course it would. And by the way, who cares about the Beach Boys? They can go away for all I care.
Let's talk a Muppet.
Speaking of Beach Boys, here's a dead Beach Boy also.
Oh, stop it. So who is this? I don't even know who
I have a personal
is.
vendetta against the Beach Boys, man. It goes back years ago.
Muppet Magnet 45 of 70. Who is this?
That is Angus McGonagall, the Argyle Gargoyle. It's Angus. He was.
Yeah, I got to do some homework.
He was on one episode. No kidding. He was shown for 32 seconds, maybe even less, on one episode in like season 4, where they're like going through this whole stuff, and this one guy comes out and he's like, "I'm a Argyle gargoyle, and I gargle." He's Angus McGonagall. Yeah, he's a gargling Argyle gargoyle.
Definitely not on my top 10 list. Not on my top 10 list.
Yes. No, I would imagine. But look, I'm holding out for Muppaphone. You have a huge list. We all are waiting for some big ones to come out.
We are.
And we still have 25 weeks to go,
we got 25 weeks left. Look, Sam the Eagle, Gonzo, Miss Piggy, Fozzie. There's some of them on my list that we've not seen, which we're sure we will see.
We will.
Now, I wanted to end with another image that you took, Greg, and this is Aunt Polly's over on Tom Sawyer Island, the Liberty Bell. This is the last weekend for these 2 attractions. If you're around, if you're nostalgic, this is last weekend.
July 6th is the last day you can go on Tom Sawyer Island. Look, it's already starting. The boats are filled, going back and forth. You can go on the Liberty Bell ship, the Rivers of America cruise steamship. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of history. That view is amazing.
Absolutely.
I'm quite happy that we have these images, but you know what? The future is always ahead of us. And the one thing about Disney is you're always going to get new and better, and things have to change to keep it going forward. So yeah, look, if you're going to the park, look us up, say hello to us. We're all going to be there all weekend. As always, you can get Sam at samsdisneydiary.com, Sam Disney Daily on Instagram. And of course, hopefully you're watching a little bit on YouTube at Sam's Disney Diary. You can get me at fantasylandnews.com, Fantasyland News blog on Instagram. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, Fantasyland News. Sam, happy 4th of July, my friend.
Happy 4th of July. Stay safe. And get on that Liberty Bell one more time. Congaloosh, we'll see you next time right here. Same place, same channel on July the 9th. Wow. After the closure of, it's going to be a new day, a new time. We might even have construction walls then. We'll see y'all then. Oh, I don't have the outro video ready to roll. Gosh darn it, Greg.
This guy.
Congaloosh.